back with We Were Athletes Once podcast, NBA edition. Sorry for all of our listeners out there. We've been a little MIA, but we back. Forgive me if my voice is a little out. We got our co-hosts Drew and Marcus. What's up, y'all?
That's good.
Good.
No, man, nothing much,
Another
y'all.
day, another
You,
dollar.
you got that right. Hey, and all the listeners out there, we are on all platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share our content. Fellas, this week it was an exciting week. I know, Drew, we gonna touch base, but it was a good week for you, man. I know, man. Tell us a little bit, man. You know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
great week.
You know what I'm talking about.
The GOAT,
Yeah,
Jayson Tatum making his return. Long-awaited debut for the season. Fastest Achilles return in history of sports. So that's a milestone.
it
And
was.
came out and dropped 15 points and a double-double. And did some facilitating too. So yeah, good week for my Celtics.
Yeah, definitely.
Besides losing to the Hornets, but we won't talk about that.
No, that's all right. You know, that's young team, young legs. You know how that goes. But no, man, I was definitely excited too for Jason Tatum. Uh, we might as well kick it off with the Celtics and Jason Tatum. Hey, Marcus, man, can Boston still win the title after his Achilles injury recovery? Can they win this year?
I don't think they can win this year, simply just because it's about 18 games in the season left for them. And although there's not a lot of competition, I see beating them in the East. The one team I see competing with them would be the Detroit Pistons.
Mm.
And the Pistons have had the Celtics number all year. I understand that was without Tatum, but the Pistons have a continuity to them already that the Celtics are trying to regain. And then the majority of the Celtics' troubles, if they were to make the finals, would remain in the Western Conference with the Thunder, the Spurs, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, uh, and so on and so forth. Those teams being top 10 offenses along with top 10 defenses.
Mm. What about you, Drew? Where we at, man? They winning it this year with Tatum back?
I think we'll just kind of have to wait and see. I think they'll definitely be dangerous in the playoffs. I think they've definitely grown as a whole as a team, just with players being out and moving on from Porzingis and Holiday and Tillman and Horford. So we're getting bigs that are doing a lot more. We got Vucevic for the playoffs, so he's a good playmaker, and I think him and Tatum can work especially well on the floor, just being two bigger guys that can pass the ball good. And that just allows for more spacing, more backdoor cuts. I know Hugo Gonzalez has been playing really good off ball, and he's just got an extremely high motor. And he's like almost our mini Kawhi. I obviously not Kawhi's caliber anywhere near, but just a really good two-way defender, two-way player that can is working on his ball creation and shot ability and scoring ability. But yeah, just a really great defender you can throw at the best offensive player on the other side of the floor and not worry too much about what they're going to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, man. I do think Boston. Just what I seen from Tatum, I will say that I think that they put the East on notice. Like, hey, like I think the Pistons and New York a little shaky in their boots right now. Like, they're already, Boston without Tatum was top two in the East, but just with Tatum and the way he looked, he kind of didn't look. I mean, he looks rusty, but in other words, movement and things like that really didn't tell too much of a difference. Honestly, he did that one step back, but he pushed off of that right Achilles. Or that right leg. Let me not say, but he pushed off that right foot. Being somebody that has torn their Achilles, seeing that was enough to show me like he's not mentally thinking about that. He's not timid on that leg.
Got
Like
the confidence to
got the
use
confidence.
it. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. And that was one thing I didn't worry about that because that wasn't his jumping leg. I mean, you could jump off either leg, but being a right hand player, typically off the left foot. But it just didn't look like he missed a beat, honestly, man. So I really will say after my time, his time being out, he definitely shocked me. Like this is a total like shock. I mean, you got guys in the league. Kyrie ain't even back. Like, ACL, different injuries. Like this dude is just, I don't know, man. Like I'm really surprised, but I'm happy for him at the same time. And I think with what Missoula and Jaylen Brown has done while he's been out, with other players getting better, yes, hitting into the playoffs, man, and incorporating Tatum. Oh man, they're
And
scary.
Nehemiah Skata, sleeper pick.
Oh,
That
sleeper
guy,
pick.
that guy's a
Yeah, yeah,
baller.
yeah. I know you're talking about, yeah, sleeper pick. No, for sure, man. Missoula definitely needs some. He may already been coach of the year, but he definitely needs some votes this year for coach of the year. Uh, I and the league wrote the Celtics off this year, man, and they
Everybody
had,
did. I did at the beginning too, and then they came out and wowed me. So I'm like,
man,
heck
they
yeah.
Jalen Brown. So let me ease into this. Is Jalen Brown? I mean, can we really say he's an MVP candidate? And I'm not talking about like top 4, 5. Like, in my eyes, he's really a top 2, just with the way the Celtics has been playing. What y'all think?
I can't uh put him two. I'd say he's top three to me.
Who
The
who, who
top three to
who's
me
top 2?
being Cade and Shea.
I'll give
Uh,
you that.
I feel like Cade Cunningham's and just the resurgence of the
Yeah,
Detroit Pistons.
I'll
Cade
give you that.
was an all star. Cade is averaging like 25, 6, and 9.
Yeah,
Cade is the entire reason that the Pistons have been the 1 seed in the East the whole year and have the best record in basketball the last time I checked.
yep,
Um, so just Cade's resurgence and his transformation, because 2 years ago the Detroit Pistons had either the second or worst record in the NBA,
right,
and now they have the best record in the NBA.
right.
So I think that turnaround in itself, along with being like, Cade isn't a slouch on defense. Cade is
Oh,
actually like one of their best perimeter defenders. And then of course Shea averages 30. He does
yeah,
Shea things.
he does
Thunder
shade
one
things.
seed. Yeah.
does shade things. I like that. What you thinking, Drew?
I'd say similar group, but different orders. Obviously, I have a little bit of bias to Jaylen Brown. I don't know. I'd personally either it's between him and Jokic for me for the top two front runners. And then I do definitely like Cade. I think he's a really talented player. I think the one downfall with him is just the shooting percentages, the
Yeah,
efficiency. And sometimes he'll just fall apart in games to where, he's got 12 points on what 3 for 20 shooting or
yeah,
something like that, and he still finds ways to get his teammates involved with running up those assists and everything. But I think Jalen Duren especially is definitely a good help for the Pistons over there, and he's done a lot, just taking that team to the next level as well. But yeah, I'd definitely put Cade top three. Um, Jalen Brown, he's averaging what 29, 7 and 5, I believe, this year. Shooting almost 50% from the field. I believe he's top one or top two in all mid range efficiency this season. One of the most deadly mid range shooters this year.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, obviously everybody counted the Celtics out. They lost so many players, so many key players for them, and they're top two, top three in the East, and fighting every night to stay good and stay in talks of could they go all the way?
Could they?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, for sure.
He got them in the conversation. So I think
Yeah,
Jalen Brown definitely took a large leap this year and showed everybody like, hey, I can be that one guy given the opportunity. Um, and then obviously Jokic, he's just putting up crazy numbers this year. I don't feel like as far as scoring goes, he's been as insane as previous years,
me
but
either.
he's just so efficient and they're just a great team. And when he's on the floor, he just controls every aspect of offense and really just controls the game. So yeah. And then Shea's also done really great things this year. I think he's just been out a little more than the other stars.
Correct.
Um,
Uh,
so he's just missed a little bit of more games. But I think he's on the brink of a 50-40-90 season. So, he's hooping and I can respect that. As far as the rest of the OKC team, especially Lou Dort, I have no respect for that man. And yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
Jokic has missed more games than Shea. Jokic is
Jokic
one
has missed
game.
a lot of games this year, and
He's
that's
one
that's my
game
one con to him.
from being eliminated for any awards this year.
How
he
many
won.
games?
How many?
If Jokic misses one more game, he can't win any awards this year.
Yeah, yeah. He had that middle stretch where he was out for a while. I do remember that. But yeah. And then again, he has Murray helping him too. Murray's had a great season this year.
He just went down. I seen with that ankle too, man. That's gonna hurt them.
That'll hurt.
Yeah, it definitely was. Jokic hasn't been shooting the ball very well from three this year too. That's
And his turnovers.
oh man, yes,
Yep.
yes, 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 yes. That's hurting Denver too. By the way, that was my sleeper team. You know, that was my sleeper team that really come out the West this year. But I watched enough of them. I feel like I'm like without Jokic really being amazing, and then Jamal Murray, let's just take it for what he is. Like they don't have them pieces like they normally do. I don't know what's missing over there, but there's something off in Denver. So that leads me. We're gonna get. Oh well, actually, before we go from there, quick question. Well, since we're talking about MVP, does the MVP here it is right here. Does the MVP go to the best player or the best player on the best team?
I feel like the criteria for MVP has never been consistent. There was a stretch where it was obvious that LeBron was the best player
Mm,
um, on the best team, and he still didn't win MVP. It started to become more about narrative, like Derrick Rose winning MVP in 2011. That definitely should have been LeBron's MVP because their numbers weren't
yeah,
anywhere close. But I think the media was also mad at LeBron for going to Miami. But then you see Russ winning MVP in 2017. He was a six seed, and that would definitely wasn't the best team, but it
right.
was because he averaged a triple double. And
That's
then you see who else wins an MVP in 2018? James Harden wins an MVP.
He's
When
averaging 40.
Yeah, and but he wasn't on the best team. The Warriors were obviously the best team that year. So it's multiple examples of it coming down to narrative versus like who is the best player on the best team. Because the case can be made in the last couple of years, no one should have won the MVP but Jokic because during those times, like he was the best player on the best team. But then you see a Joel Embiid MVP. You see
true.
Shea win MVP.
Now Shea did win it on the best team.
I believe
So
Shays was deserved. Yeah, MVP just it comes down to it literally is most valuable player. So without that player, where is that team going to go? You can take it that way, or
Yeah,
who is the most valuable player by stats they're putting up.
yeah,
Just who is the best, or who is leading their team in the best way, and
yeah,
still showing how great of a player they are. Um, and forgot to mention two sleeper picks I have for MVP, at least top five. I'm throwing in Donovan Mitchell and Tyrese Maxey.
mm,
Tyrese Maxey's leading the league in a lot of areas, and I think he's a very underrated pick. And Sixers are not doing bad this year.
they're not.
Not as bad as I thought they would be. And Maxey, he's just having a really great year.
No, he is. No, he really is. I agree with both of y'all. Now, I think I almost lean towards like, especially top one, top two teams in the NBA. I think it kind of has always looked because there's been some MVPs that had the number two best record in NBA is still won, so they do reward winning. But it makes me think of like I think I do lean more towards the Cade. Reason for Cade is because when I think of that team, if Cade is out. Oh, it's a real rap. Like they have nothing to me. Like I feel like they have like no type. Tobias Harris may be your only bucket getter after that. That can really get his bucket. I ain't even talking about run the offense, just getting a bucket. And that's my reason why I really don't like Detroit going all the way, just because it's gonna if you double Cade, I mean, you're forcing your other players to really, you know what I'm saying, put the ball in there and be offensive players. So that'll be, exciting to watch. But, I do lean more towards winning. And I do, like Drew, like you mentioned, like, how does that team go when you're not there? So no, man, I agree with all you guys, man. So,
But
what's up? What's
I
up,
was
Mark?
gonna say narrative does play a huge
Oh,
role
no,
in
no, it
that
does.
because
No, it does. No,
if
for
you
sure.
look at it like
For
for
sure.
JB, well he has the Celtics in the second seed and JT hasn't played the majority of the season.
Yeah.
For Cade, like the Pistons were one of the worst teams in
Facts.
basketball just 2 years ago, and now they're the one seed and
Facts.
battling OKC for the best record in basketball. Narratives have become such a huge part of who wins the MVP.
Yeah. And the NBA don't like Jalen Brown. for obvious reasons. He ain't one of their favorite people. So yeah, man, it is. But no, man, shout out to all those candidates, them MVP candidates, man, putting in work, holding their teams up. It's a good time to be in NBA right now. The competitive edge is kicking up. People are going against injuries and just the 65 game rule. So there's a lot that's going into that. But those five players that we have named out, man, have been balling out this year, and those narratives with it too have given us a reason to mention them as well. To your point, Marcus. So no, that's what's up, man. Shift gears a little bit here. We're gonna get to which team is the biggest surprise so far this season. Um, what you got, Drew?
Hornets.
Hornets. Hornets.
Yeah, expected them to definitely be like bottom tier, as they always are.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
That whole organization just has been awful for so long. And they're like 500 right now. I think they're 32-32, fighting for a play-in spot. And if they keep going on a roll, they could get into. I think the difference in the East between 6th seed and 10th seed is 1.5 games
Yeah,
or
it's
two
real close.
games.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
close.
real close. So all it takes, they were on a 6-game win streak until that got snapped the other night. So if they heat up again, rattle off another 4 or 5 straight, they're up there almost 5 seed. So I think they're definitely unexpected success. Which not to say they're the most greatest team ever this
No,
year,
for
but
sure, for sure. No, they
they're
playing well.
they're surpassing their initial ceiling. So them Celtics, I'm biased, whatever. We already know about
We
that.
already know about that. Yeah, we already know about that. What you got, Marcus?
I agree with him on the Hornets. Since January 1st, the Hornets have had the best record in basketball. And they've been top 10 in both offense and defense with that starting lineup of Melo, Diabate, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller, and Concanupple.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they've blitzed like a lot of the league's best teams. OKC, they've beaten the Nuggets, and like when I say blitz, like they're beating them by like 20 plus. The Lakers,
Beat the
they
Celtics the
just
other
did it to
night.
the Celtics the other night. Like the Hornets, they're not just feasting on bad teams; they're beating the league's top teams.
No, that's a
And
fact.
then the Spurs, I knew the Spurs would be good, but the Spurs like defensive output and offensive output this year being top 10 in offense and defense the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
And their offense isn't just Wimby reliant. Like Stephon Castle can go off. Devin Vassell shoots the ball really well. Obviously, De'Aaron Fox is running the point, and he's become a better facilitator, but also he still has a super quick first step. Luke Cornett being a quality backup big. I think the Spurs have surpassed my initial expectations for them.
Dylan Harper
And
off the bench too.
Dylan
they're
Harper
on,
off the
yeah,
bench.
Dylan
Yeah, yeah,
Harper being, and those guys, those guards, they guard 94 feet.
for sure.
Like when they played the Pistons, they wore Cade out. And it is just crazy to see that because it was a full team effort. Um, and they did the same thing. I know they lost to the Knicks, but they were like that first. I watched the first half of that game and going into the third quarter. But Castle is picking Brunson up like 94 feet. He's not even allowing Brunson to catch the ball. And Brunson didn't start going off until Castle came out the game.
Came off that
So
game.
I
Yep.
think the Spurs, and they're right behind OKC for the 1 seed in the West. So the Spurs they're definitely, to me, they're a year ahead of schedule.
Definitely a year ahead of schedule, man. No, no, no. And I just remember too, Marcus. A couple months back, we definitely Spurs is not a shock to us. We both were high on them after last year, and just even when Wimby in and out, we seen enough. Like when that dude is healthy, and when they incorporated, we knew what pick they got. All those things, we were like, yeah, they're gonna be good. The Aaron Fox coming over there, like. No, for sure. I definitely agree with you on that, man. I'm gonna go a little different route. Both of y'all right. I agree with both of y'all, but just to throw a little caveat on there, man, I'm going with the Hawks. And the reason being is just because honestly, man, beginning of the season and even now, like they've had a couple winning streaks, of 7 plus, wins in a row. Man, even win without trade, before he got traded. man, they were winning without him. And Jalen Johnson was already submerging, kind of, taking the keys of that franchise over, man. And just their defense, man. And as far as being a team in the East, man, they lock up, man. Like they're one of the teams I feel like that definitely rely heavy on defense. As far as getting that offense going, they're 18 and 15 on the road. So, those type of teams that go out there on the road, man, you got to watch out. I'm scared to play those type of teams. Like they're good on the road, but at home, a little bit more pressure. Don't got that type of superstar to kind of give them those type of little easy little bunnies, things of that nature. But
Mhm.
man, they're on a 6 game winning streak, 7-3 in the last 10. Jalen Johnson, of course, like I said, he's leading that team in every category, man. From you got what he's averaging 20, 23, 10, and 8. Come on, man. Like he's balling out, man, over there. Dyson Daniels knowing his role. And just the others over there, man. I even like Quinn Snyder. I'm biased with him, old Mizzou coach. He always coaches those teams well, previously with Utah and now with the Hawks, man. He's one of those guys, those coaches to me, man. That's kind of has like a Rick Carlisle type of mind IQ when it comes with whoever he has out there. He plugs them in, he puts them in the right position and to do the best of their abilities. And I think that shows in their effort and their wins and the record too, especially when you look at their roster. They really don't have much over there, man. So no, man. One thing I see we got in common are the the teams are in the East that we're surprised by. That West seems like we kind of pretty much, hey, who's the top teams over there is kind of how we viewed it at the beginning of the season. If I had to pick a team in the West, though, would be Phoenix. Phoenix kind of shocked me. Just I didn't know where they were headed at. Um, Book and Brooks have kind of took over the scoring load over there, but
I think
they
Brooks is out for the rest of the year with the broke hand,
hold
but
on, he's out for the whole year.
I believe so. Yeah, he
Oh,
broke his hand not too long ago, but Devin Booker's just now coming back, getting healthy into the lineup. I think what was it? It was an ankle or something with his leg or something like that. But he's getting back to it now.
I like Book.
Um,
I like Book. I'm rooting for Book, man. He's a dog.
yeah,
But dang, I didn't know Brooks was out for the whole year. I know he got caught with the pot and everything, but dang, man,
yeah, broke his hand.
yeah, see, he needed that for the medicine for his hand, I guess. I don't know, man. Dang, man, that sucks, man. All right, man. But no, man, those teams, man. Shout out to the Hornets and the Hawks. Definitely, especially those Hornets, man. Lamelo's, turned it. I don't know. Hey, before we transition, when they brought him off the bench that little time, man, it kind of was the shift. I think. I don't know if that was a sign to him to get his butt together or what, but when they were bringing him off the bench, like that was kind of like that shift over there. I don't know, but could be wrong. I don't know, man. Maybe after that fight they had, I think that was with the Pistons. Yeah, that was with the
Yeah.
Pistons. That's when they turned. That's when they've been playing ever since. So no, man, that's funny. Let's see here. Is all right, Marcus, we're gonna shift it. We had enough talking with the Boston Celtics. Are the Lakers in trouble?
Oh yeah, I've been waiting to get this off. Hey, DeAndre Ayton, yeah, talking
Told
about they trying to make me Clint Capella. Yeah, don't even bro played 5 minutes and they couldn't bring him back in the game against the Nuggets. He had 0 points and 2 rebounds. DeAndre Ayton is one of the softest big men I've ever seen in my life.
me
I've
too.
never seen a 7 footer be so reluctant to rebound and or to like just get easy buckets. You not shooting fadeaways. You are not Hakeem, bro. Like, oh my gosh. And he talking about they trying to make me Clint Capella. We could use a prime Clint
We
Capella
need
right
Clint
now.
Capella. Shoot.
Yeah, we in trouble. We don't got no big man. I'm more excited to see Jackson Hayes in the game than DeAndre Ayton. I
That's a
don't even know why
fact.
he's still starting. And then Luca and Austin Reeves get broken down off the dribble, and the defense is just compromised.
Hey, he spoke for me too, Marcus. Hey, I appreciate that. Hey, go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, LeBron can't toss everybody on his back and win the game for y'all anymore. So, he's getting up there. I think, me personally, if I was the Lakers GM, send LeBron off, get what you can get for him right now. Maybe send him to Cleveland as a
Gotcha.
farewell tour. See what Cleveland can do because I think that would be cool. Harden, Mitchell, LeBron. Yeah, get what you can get for LeBron before he retires, and you just wasted, what resources you had to get other players. Um, get Aiton out of there.
Gotta get him
I
out of there.
mean, he's a really good player. Maybe like 2 games out of the month, and the rest he's almost invisible. So
Bro, they had to write on his water DeAndre Ayton's
secret
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 something.
formula.
Yeah,
It's
to
something.
like get him motivated. Like if somebody got to write on your water bottle to get you motivated,
He's not Michael Jordan. Like
you're not like your motor runs too low.
Runs too low, and it's your contract year, so you need all this motivation for contract year, bro. Like, man, he's on his way out. Like he's out of there, man. Like, cause he can't do much of the modern big anyways right now. And if you don't
no.
want to be Clint Capella, oh, you are out of here. And that's what the problem was with. Let's go down the line with the Lakers with the Dwight Howard out of here, JaVale out of here, um, DeAndre Jordan out of here. And he may have, yeah, he was okay with, I think, accepting that role. That's why he's still in the league right now. I would imagine. But DeAndre Ayton keep acting like that, man. He's out of here, man. He's not nice like that at all. He's not a starter in the league. No, Marcus, I'll start, man. I'm done too because I'll start cussing on here, man. They
But
hear
do you
they
see how like the rest of the team reacts to him when he's
yes, man.
like in the game? He'll get Luca will throw him a lob, and instead of just dunking it, he'll come back down with it and try to do a post hook and miss it off the front of the rim.
To show
And
that you
then
got
he's
moves.
so reluctant to rebound. Luca, Austin Reeves, and LeBron should not be out rebounding your starting 7 footer.
Not at all, man. Not at all. And he does this everywhere. Phoenix pouted, did this in Phoenix, did it at Portland, got you up out of there. Does it everywhere, man. I don't know who he thinks he is, but yeah, he has cost us some games. And you
Like
mentioned,
he's on the tail end of what his career is.
yeah,
He needs to find a role and accept it and work his way back into, then you can try and figure out something else or try and do what you want. But obviously you've been trying to do what you want
it ain't work,
for past however many years and it's not working out too well for you. So
not working out.
pick a role and do that.
I will say this though, and I've always thought this about the guy, but I never really liked him at the five. I don't really think he's a five. I think he honestly is a four. If he played in the early 2000s or the 90s, he's a four. He just got that type of game. He's not down there banging and being physical anyway. So that's part of his problem too. And Marcus, you did mention about Luca and Reeves getting burnt every play. Yes, that's why we're really really in trouble because guess what? Since we got a little punk and DeAndre Ayton, when Luca and Reeves get crossed up, we ain't got nobody back there. So
Yeah,
it's
that it just sucks because Luca and Austin Reeves, because you've seen it last year in the Timberwolves series. Anthony Edwards wants Luca and Austin Reeves on him.
mhm,
He's breaking them down off the dribble and like I mean, before it was Jackson Hayes,
yeah,
to which I appreciate Jackson's effort
me
more than
too,
DeAndre Ayton,
me
but
too.
DeAndre Ayton's not challenging anybody in the rim. So when you go into a series, say they right now they're like the 6th seed, so they play like Denver first round. Jamal Murray is
Oh my God,
taking loose Luca and Austin Reeves off the dribble,
off the
and
dribble.
there's nobody back there to challenge him. And now, when they get broken down off the dribble, the entire Lakers defense has to rotate around it. And playing the Nuggets, Jokic gonna find the open shooter,
Oh yeah,
so that's just threes going up.
hot mess, man. Hot mess. We're in trouble, and I don't. And if we get in that play in, it's real trouble for us, man. Like that's what we got to avoid. Um, but it's so close right now. Looking at the standings, actually, let me see. Man, it's
I
looking.
think we're like a game behind like the Nuggets or Houston. Like what separates 3 through 6 isn't that many. I think it might
It's
be like 2 games.
and I'm looking. Yeah, you right. Yeah, we're 2 games above Phoenix out of that seven. Yeah, yeah. So we're above. We're about. Okay, that's cool. We got a little breathing room. But I mean, 2 games above
I think
Phoenix.
our best hope is to get locked into a first round matchup with the Rockets. If we play anybody else, we might lose in 5 in the first round.
But dang, man. So, and you know what? I'm gonna give you that because they don't got no point. They ain't got nobody that can really go at Luca and Reeves at that PG. I
Who's
like.
Yeah.
guarding Kevin Durant?
Well, no, they got bodies for him. I agree with that too, Drew. But like they pick on Luca and Reeves, I don't see the Rockets having anybody like that.
The The Lakers have defenders better for
KD.
small forwards and power forwards than they do for guards,
There you go.
because their guards are all either slow or undersized.
Who's guarding Sengun?
You can let Sengun get off because Sengun's not a 3-point shooting big. The problem with Jokic is Jokic can score from anywhere. Sengun is not shooting threes. So if you
Sengun
want to get
shoots some threes. He'll knock some
but
down.
he's not you'll live with Sengun shooting a three over Jokic shooting a three.
Yeah.
And if Sengun wants twos every plays, that's fine. You can live with that. But outside of Kevin Durant, the Rockets don't have a lot of 3-point shooters. They're actually like they're either average or below average in 3-point shooting in terms of like the entire NBA. So I think that's a perfect matchup for the Lakers, because if they want to just like have a twos competition, I trust that the Lakers will score more twos than the Rockets will.
Yeah. 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 You know, I can see. Oh, that's gonna be man.
I just think Luka's gonna have a tough time against Amin Thompson.
But then on the other end, Amin Thompson is not a shooter, and at best they got to put their starting point guard in the dunker spot. To which, who's facilitating to set him up from the dunker spot? No one.
Nobody.
Kevin Durant.
And you're right though, Drew. That's when I hate when they have to make the Rockets make KD kind of the point guard, man.
Yeah. If they had Fred Van Vliet this year, it would be a much different story. But
Much
they're
different
in kind
story.
of a tough situation this year. So
No, 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 no. Hey, but then we think of what would Luca do to Fred? He's just gonna, he gonna put Fred on his hip. So it's kind of like when it comes to defense, Fred's that mismatch. It would have made a mismatch if that was their first round matchup. I do like Amin Thompson at the one so he can guard Luca, but
I mean, either one, you can switch off to whoever needs to
oh,
guard
Buddy can
who.
shoot better. Fan Red Fleet can shoot better. They
Yep.
definitely miss
Good
him
playmaker too.
for
You
sure.
know that he'll get people involved.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. That is a fact. I wanted to get you guys' take on two players that I didn't. Well, real quick, man. I seen Trey Young play the other day, suit up for the Washington. I didn't know what that was about. I was just like, why is this dude out there? But just a little glimpse I seen what he was doing. I was just like, man, if they can get AD healthy and squeeze a little top pick
Mhm.
over there and maybe a veteran back over there, man, them boys gonna be good. Trey Young is good, man. There's something about him. He's undersized. I get all that, but it's just like he's already kind of just put a different little spark over there in Washington. Just suiting up, just a little glimpse of what's to come. So, man, I was kind of excited to see that. I didn't know why. I'm like, why is he playing? There's no reason to really play, dude. But and going from that, I wanted to ask you guys about Giannis. Was there a reason for Giannis to come back and play?
I see no reason. The Bucks aren't. They're like what, like 4 or 5 games behind the Hornets
Yep.
for the 10th seed. There's really nothing to gain at this point. Like,
Nothing.
something catastrophic would have to happen for them to even make the play in. And the only thing that can happen now is Giannis just gets hurt again.
Yep.
And
He
that
gets
team is
hurt.
not
They tank.
adequate enough to do anything.
Yeah. That's what they should have done when he first got hurt, or start tanking, honestly. And that's another discussion with the tanking and the way that goes. Drew, what you think, man? Giannis should have came back or set it on down?
I think he's just too competitive in nature to just go sit down. But I think he should have personally. It doesn't look like he wants to be there. They don't really have anything going for them. Like, you got Kyle Kuzma, Cam Thomas, which he's not even playing good.
He had 2 good games, man, and just
Kevin Porter Jr. and Ryan Rollins are your 2 best players, and Bobby Portis. That's your top 3. They're not doing you any favors. Yeah, I mean, the team's not good.
yeah,
Tank, get a decent pick because I mean they're not at the bottom, but they're close.
yeah.
And trade Giannis, get a bunch of assets next year, start rebuilding.
Yeah. Have you guys ever wondered like what shifted the NBA, in a way like it has to go to trading like your franchise generational player, like where, especially a generational player that actually won you a championship, like where why I guess what I'm trying to say is why doesn't Giannis want to go through the bad years? Like yeah, there's a couple bad seasons, but it's just like you do kind of there's only so much your organization can work with. There is a salary cap, there is this that happened. Hey, they did try to go out there and get Dame. Dame pops the Achilles. Like in a way, it's like your organization did try to make some moves. Now I get the players where it was like LeBron back in the day at Cleveland. Hey, they was not trying to he wasn't trying to do nothing. All right, I get that. But Giannis's case with the Bucks, I just feel like, come on, man. Like, what you gonna do? We gonna trade you to where? New York, San Antonio, OKC, where they got actually some assets for you. Who's to really say besides OKC? But who's to really say you go any other team you're gonna win? Like every you
Well,
may
if he go to San Antonio, he winning.
yeah with just him and Wimby, I'll give you that. But you got to think of what you're giving up to get him too.
They
Um,
got plenty of picks. It's cool.
Hey, hey,
Milwaukee
hey,
need
you
picks.
you right on that. But if me personally, a team like San Antonio, if I'm the Bucks, yes, I need picks, and you got players I want because I'm playing now. Like your Harper and Fox are better than my Hollins and Porter. So it's just like, oh yeah, well I need something over there too. You know what I'm saying? To have me playing now, have players want to come to Milwaukee, that type of thing, all that stuff. So no, you right.
Nobody wants to go to Milwaukee.
But
It's a
see,
small
Small
market.
but if
market.
you got a player there, it's different. Did nobody want to come there until Giannis turned into Giannis? Then you had
Even with Giannis, people are still looking. It's like it's snowy, it's cold, it's
for
miserable,
sure,
and
for sure.
like they can't afford
You got to
the
trade.
depth of the team New York has, or what LA has, like, or Miami. Like they
Yes,
can't afford that wing scorer that a lot of these teams can get alongside their star point guard and their
right,
star big.
right,
So
right. That's why you got to trade through the draft and get a player. Like otherwise, you're gonna always be trash because who's to say you're gonna get another Giannis in this draft right now?
well, yeah, they hit gold with Giannis. Who else have they
That's
drafted
that
and has done that for them since, like, what, Brandon Jennings or something?
that's
Their
what
scouting department sucks.
Yeah.
Outside of Giannis, in the last like 13 years, they've drafted horribly.
No, for sure. That's why I don't need them. That's why I keep like I need those draft picks, but I ain't dependent on that. Otherwise, Milwaukee's out of there, man. They'll never get back unless you get a player right now. Like you got to get a player for Giannis right now, man. And I don't know, man. It'll be exciting to see. I do know that they said that this summer more teams will have some more options and flexibility to make some better trades. So he'll be the topic of discussion this summer.
Yeah.
I think him and John Morant, honestly. Um, I think Ja's out of there. See, like that's another example. So, like a player like Ja, who ain't done much in Memphis, ain't okay. Yeah, it's time to go. And he should be wanting to go, to give himself a better chance. Their run was out as soon as Dylan Brooks got up out of there. Um,
He was the culture there.
he was the coacher there, exactly, man. So, yeah, man, it'll be exciting this summer to see, man. But no, I just when I seen Giannis and Trey come back, I was just like, what are y'all doing out there? Like, there's just no point out there. But, yeah, man, it sucks for Giannis and the Bucks. Steph Curry, should Steph come back this year?
No, I think at this point, Steph is what, like 37, 38. The Warriors are in the eighth seed, and they're like a game ahead of the Clippers from losing the eighth seed, to which they'd probably lose in the play in anyway, because Steph is going to be out for like another week and a half
Yep,
before he gets reevaluated.
they've
I
been
think
playing
you
well
pretty
though,
much
Marcus.
chalk this. They
Without him.
Yeah, they just got blitzed. Well, not blitzed, but they just lost last night. At this point, and the Clippers are hot right now anyway. At this point, Steph should just chalk this season up, and you got to go back to the drawing board and try to play some in free agency. Try to see if you can trade for Giannis. Maybe get a year out of LeBron. Try to find someone younger
Hmm.
because this just isn't getting it. And I seen a report about Steph saying he's expecting front office to make some kind of move to bring somebody in alongside him, Jimmy and Draymond. To which Jimmy is now coming on off an ACL. So it's
That's
looking bleak. I think Steph wraps it up. I think he should wrap it up for this year, especially with the ongoing knee issue, because there's not a championship in their future for them this year.
I agree.
I
But
think the most important thing the Warriors can do, it's one thing: get rid of Steve Kerr, get him out of there.
I like that.
Get rid of
Terrible coach.
Draymond. What you mean?
Terrible coach. He's squandered the potential of so many good rookies that could take over that Steph type scoring role.
Yep.
Jordan Poole, he was great in Golden State. Jonathan Kuminga, you've seen him in Atlanta now. Past 3 games, what he's averaging 23, like 7 and 5 or something like that.
Yep.
Like, and that he didn't get any playing time. He didn't get any light over there. And move on from, they've had a lot of talent, and Steve Kerr just refuses to develop young guys. I think he's ruined that team. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's still trying to go for this small ball approach that worked for them, back in their run in the finals. And it's like, that's not working anymore. You
That's
got to
over
build
with.
a better team
That's
and
over with.
use, the talent that you have. And he's squandered all of their potential. I cannot stand Steve Kerr as a head coach, and I just think he has no clue what he's doing out there.
Agreed. No, I do think he does know what he's doing, but I do think he doesn't know what he's doing. Like with today's time, like he's stuck in his ways, man. And I
I
agree with you,
think
dude. I agree.
Steve Kerr is because of what he walked into with the core of Steph, Clay, and Draymond.
Yep.
Steve Kerr knows how to coach established players. He doesn't know how to coach a young player who's trying to prosper and bloom into something. Because when you have a core of Steph, Clay, and Draymond in their prime, and then the year after you go 73-9, you add Kevin Durant, all you know is you have established players. You have KD, you have
Right.
Iggy, you have Steph, Clay, Dre. You
He's
have a
almost never
Sean
had to coach,
Livingston.
though, in that sense, because he's just had these awesome players that he's just
Yep.
pretty
That
much been
that's the,
handed
that's what I'm
to.
saying. He's
Yeah.
had established players
He's
his
almost just been like, go out
his
there and
entire
hoop.
coaching
I
career.
don't have to tell you anything. I've got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Clay, Draymond
Like
Green.
the year
They're
he
going to
started
coach
coaching,
themselves, and they're going to get buckets. Let's
Yep.
go
the
out
year
there
he
and do
started
it.
coaching the Warriors was the year after they went to 7 with the Clippers in the first round. It was like 2013, 2014.
Yeah, so this guy
He
walked
becomes
into
the
a golden franchise and just
Yeah, I mean, Mark Jackson had
succeeded.
them in place. He walks in, Steph wins his first MVP. They go 67-15, and they beat the Cavs in 6 in the finals. And then they go 73-9 the next year. And then the year after
And
they had Kevin Durant.
So he never put in any of the groundwork. He just walked into a franchise that was ready to win and got better.
oh yeah, for sure. No, definitely, definitely for sure. And that's why as players, he's had so much riff, and there's like a lot of I feel like sometimes drama because he doesn't his coach those players respect him, but in a way they're like, dude, we already Draymond's approach to Steve was the same way he approached KD when KD there. We already was established before you got here. You know that type of energy, man. So I always felt like Steve Kerr never really like y'all saying, he already had established players that kind of knew what it was that had already developed. Hey, just what's the offense you want us to run and go out there and do it. But he's not a Jason Kidd coach that can mold Giannis into what Giannis is today. That development type of coach. And that's a fact, man. Speaking of Steph, though, man, where I wanted to hit on with Steph is I don't think he should come back, but I wanted to touch base on this. I honestly think Steph has kind of his body hasn't. I mean, and it smiles. I get it. I get all that jazz. But honestly, man, he hasn't really held up as much as I would have liked him to in the last couple seasons. I mean, if you look at last year, even like dude, like they really were on that run after they beat the Rockets. I like had he stayed healthy, like I really think that Minnesota series definitely different. Steph was already playing great, but it's just like that what was it, the quad or whatever? Now you out of here, man. You out for the whole season. The year before that, I believe he got hurt with something and he had to get out. I mean, Steph with his time with the Warriors has had some season ending type of injuries, man, that just kind of had messed up the flow of that in that regard. So I'm kind of paying attention to that with his age and just the way his body's holding up. I don't know what it I don't know. Just those little knick-knack type of injuries have kind of put Steve in a coaching type of way too. Because to y'all's point, when he's got Steph out of there, he's forced to coach. And then we see how that turns out. Doesn't really his X's and O's doesn't really match. And so then you got players on the bench like Kaminga, and it's like, dude, we need Kaminga to go out there and guard Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown, not Buddy Hield. Or like, what are you talk? What are you doing? Like, I like Buddy, but he's not a defender like that, man. What are you doing, man? And then he's playing G League guys, and I'm not saying they ain't hooping. There's a guy. What's that one guy's over there with the hair? Uh,
Pods,
Hey, he gets down.
Baginski.
Hey, he gets down,
That
bro.
guy can't shoot.
Come on, man. So yeah, man. Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said too, man. The Warriors definitely. Mike Dunleavy, we got to put a little pressure on him too, because since he took over, um, uh, can't think of his name, the other GM's name. Um, it just hasn't been the same. And I think Bob Myers. Bob Myers knew on his way out, he knew that this ship was sinking in this way. Didn't want to be the bad guy. Didn't want to trade Clay. Didn't want to create money, space, all that type of stuff. But that one organization to me, yes, they've held loyalty to Steph. But now you got to they've held loyalty to Steph. Really a lot. I would have been got rid of Steve and Draymond to your point, Drew. I mean Marcus with Draymond. Draymond's a heck of a player. He's a culture type of guy, but at the same time, take that just his game wise, he holds them up.
They
So
waited too late to get rid of Clay. They
oh no,
waited too
hey,
late
I
to get
agree.
rid of
I agree.
Draymond.
They
They
did
should have gotten rid of them after they won the
after that
championship in
Celtics.
2022.
Agreed. Because he balled out. I mean, he no for sure, for sure. I would have got up off of him. I agree with that, man. I agree. Um, Man, but this next little segment, man, is gonna be a little something a little different, man. I want to kind of put a little spice to it, little jazz, little bit of fun in this, man. So these next couple questions, I'm gonna ask both of y'all, and I want y'all to just give your take and why. All right, here we go. It's no particular order, just who would you rather build a team around, Victor Wembanyama or Luka Doncic? Marcus.
Wimby. Wimby, although his offensive output may not be as great as Luca's on a nightly basis, Wimby is a deterrent in itself. If you put Wimby in the middle of your defense, it changes how players attack the rim. Because he not only is he a great pretty good on ball defender, he's a great help defender. And
Yeah,
if you leave anything in the air around him is getting sent back. But even
that's a
just him
fact.
being around changes the trajectory of players' shots. And that in itself, it's like having a corner in football that can shut off one half of the field.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. What about you, Drew?
Yeah, I agree. I think I'd take Wemby, and I like Luca a lot, but I think his play style he's so ball dominant, and so he has to have the ball in his hands. Um, it just he'll dribble out the shot clock, force
Yeah,
tough shots, and he's complaining a lot for fouls. Not a great defender, kind of a cone on defense. Wemby, on the other hand, great defender. Playing your five, he's 7'6". Like what? Like who's scoring on that down low at an efficient rate? Almost nobody. So
what's Wimby got
that's
to
just the
do?
defense.
What's Wimby got to do
Um,
to be in the goat conversation?
I think bulk up. I think that could help. I mean, he gained a lot of weight this past couple years, but yeah, he gets bigger and gets more dominant down low, and he can like really have his ways with those bigger guys. He could really do that. I think he's already getting close to MVP talks.
I agree.
I think he's just outside of that conversation, but he's getting up there more and more each year.
I agree.
I'd say, especially with their team success, if they replicate this or a little better next year, he could be up top five, maybe top three for sure.
Yeah,
If he just puts up same or a little bit better numbers.
for sure.
Um, yeah, I'd personally take Wemby
I
to
take
start
Wimby
my
too.
franchise.
I take Wimby too. If you got okay, Drew, if you could steal one player from another team to win a title, who would it be?
Now, is this for like my
So
personal
you
team?
this yeah. So your Celtics team right now, if you could steal one player from another team,
Hmm,
and it
that's
can be
tough.
anybody. It can be anybody.
Hmm,
What
I'd
about you, Marcus?
say, yeah. We'll let Marcus go. I'll think on it.
Oh, easy. Jalen Duren. I had Jalen Duren to the Lakers. They're a championship contender. Jalen Duren is fine with scoring bunnies. Jalen Duren is fine with catching lobs. Jalen Duren's a big body. He's going to rebound. He's going to bang with you. He's going to block shots. Jalen Duren's a great help defender.
We might as well take Wimby.
Yeah, that's what I
uh,
was just thinking.
hey,
Wimby or Shea.
Wimby or Shea?
But
Ooh, Shea, Tatum, and Brown. Okay,
I
Jalen
think the
Duren.
only thing is Shea's not much of a 3-point shooter, and Wimby would fill our big category.
Yeah,
He does everything. He can knock down some threes. Great defender, good playmaker, and he'd absorb so much weight in the paint.
for
You've
sure.
got all these shooters around you. Just go knock it down. That's
Knock
all
it
you got to
down.
do.
Hey, give me Mark. I mean, give me Anthony Edwards and get rid of Reeves. I think we'd be just for the future. Hey, we'll find a big, but we need a wing guard type of guy that can two way as well too. Reeves can get buckets. I'm not saying that, but
That's why I said JD, because like I said, if you got a big who can be a great help defender, because that's what AD was. If you got a big who can do
that's a
that,
fact.
it's
That's a
like
fact.
having that corner, and it
That's a
makes
fact.
it easier for your guards because if they get beat off the dribble, he's back
He's
there, and
back
that's
there.
a deterrent, and it makes it easier to get back in the picture on switches.
No,
A
that's a fact.
defender and a lob threat. That's what you need.
That's what you need now. Yeah, that's a
JD
fact.
is perfect.
Yep.
That's a fact.
And he can put the ball on the floor. When Cade was out for a little bit, he was being the point forward, bringing it
Hey,
down,
I've been
getting
seeing
buckets.
that. I've been
Yeah.
seeing that. Like he puts the ball on the ground. I'm like, man, he
He's
went.
expanding his game. If he
Yeah,
can bring it out, maybe knock down a 3 or 2 a game,
yep. No, that's a
that could
fact.
he could really be special.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Hey, Drew, who would win in a one-on-one tournament between the league's top 10 players? So who's a one-on-one right now in the league? Who you taking, man?
I think Shea's up there just because he's a great two-way. Maybe Wembanyama. He's just such an overpowered just guy. You can't stop. He's 7'6". You're not blocking his shot, and he can
Hmm,
shoot. It's
I didn't
just
think
shooting
about that.
right over you. It's a mini hoop for him.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I did not think about
Maybe
that.
Kevin Durant. I think he's just such a great one-on-one player because he can play his little defense, but also again he's a mobile 7-footer with a 3-point shot.
Hmm,
Like I don't know how you stop that.
I like that pick. What about
Wemby.
you, Marcus? You said Wimby?
I mean, it. I feel like that's just unfair. Like I feel like there's a lot of great one-on-one players in the NBA. Obviously, one of them being Kevin Durant, Kyrie when he's healthy, Book, Harden, Anthony Edwards, Shea. But when it comes to Wimby, like you have a mobile 7'6" guy who's long. You can't block his jump shot. None of them are tall enough to block his jump shot. He sees over them, but he's more than tall enough to block their jump shots.
Yeah,
And you got to be like he's good at jumping with and blocking with both hands. So when it comes to them trying to attack him at the rim, like he's ready for that. And you like trying to shoot over him is hard enough. I feel like the only person who in that like group that I just named that could realistically maybe shoot over him is KD. But even still, I've seen games where Wemby is blocking KD's jump shot multiple times within a game on switches. So
I've seen that
I
too.
think it's Wemby.
You know, I'm gonna take man that can give Wimby maybe a little. I'm gonna take Giannis. I think from a defensive standpoint, Giannis could probably hang a little bit. Now Giannis's shooting's a little shaky, but speed, muscle, being able to bang a little bit with Wimby a little bit, and his handle, he's got that a little bit. So no, I agree with you guys with Wimby, but then I think about, well, dang, who can match up with Wimby? So there's very few. KD, Giannis, but after that you talk about height that kind of can contest Wimby or shoot over him. There's very few that probably can do that on a one on
Yeah, you
one.
got to be mobile.
In a,
Yeah, you got
in
to
a
be
perfect
no.
world, give me prime Jason Tatum.
Come
Yeah,
on,
you're too small.
he may be a little
I don't
too
know, man.
small.
That's 6'10". 6'10",
Yeah,
he's quick. That in and out cross, step back. Come on,
But
man.
you see, if Wemby even gets like 4 or 5 feet from the rim, he's just gonna lunge forward and dunk him.
dunk it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wimby's
All
a
right,
problem.
he is a
You just gotta
problem.
hope to outsmart him and outskill him and just be a little faster, you know.
No, for sure. All right, these next questions a little bit different. So, all right, which NBA player, Marcus? Which NBA
Mhm.
player would make the best WWE wrestling entrance?
Anthony Edwards,
Anthony
boy,
Edwards.
hey,
Yeah, that's a good one.
he'd be
Yo, that's a good
hilarious,
one.
bro.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And is such a a jokester. Like most thing, and even when I see him in interviews, like I
Yeah,
get a good laugh.
me too.
I feel like Ant during a WWE entrance when like you supposed to make it a big show, like he gonna
Yeah.
go above and beyond to make it funny.
No, that's a fact. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. What about you, Drew?
I'd have to say, just with his past experiences, probably Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah, that's a good one. Nah. That'd be a good one. He'll come out real crazy and
He'd
hype.
bring the energy in the
He
ring for
bring the
sure,
energy.
too.
Little Booker T type vibe. That's yeah, that'd be funny. That's funny. I like that Anthony Edwards. That's a real good one. I think I would put Russell Westbrook in there for some reason. He seemed like he'll come out on one, man. If I don't know, man. I like his little passive aggressive, little anger, little stuff he be doing, man. Sometime and just I like that stuff. Sometimes he's a prick about stuff, but I think that would be kind of cool in the WWE setting. He probably try to fight a fan out there, and I don't know, man. That he'd be funny, man. So that's a good one, y'all. Good picks, good picks, man. All right, if NBA players competed in the Olympics in different sports, who would win gold? So like, if the NBA players, were in like swimming, you think the NBA you think that they would have an advantage in swimming or track or like something like that, like which besides basketball, let's take them out of there. If you put them into swimming, do they still take gold in swimming?
I'm not
Wimby, let's
sure.
take Wimby. You put Wimby in 100-meter like lap in the swimming pool, does he beat a professional swimmer?
No, no.
No.
I'm gonna just come out. No.
So that length, that
Those
reach.
people.
Ah.
No. See, but those people train relentlessly for that, especially for swimming. Swimming endurance is much different from basketball. And swimming is your lungs and like your body is like under so much stress at all times. And especially for Wimby, like you see Wimby, like he has trouble during NBA games. Like you're Olympic swimming now. And I understand he's long and he reaches out farther than a lot of those people, but like their endurance is just on a different level than his.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Only person I could see being halfway decent at that's Jaylen Brown because he does all that underwater training in the off season.
That's a
So
good
I
pick right
mean,
there. That's a good one. I forgot about that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Is there any
that's
is there any player in the NBA where it's like, hey, if you put them in that sport, they would dominate in that sport? Is there anybody you guys can think of? Like, I don't know. Is there somebody that could go out there and run 100 and you'd be like, man, they can hang?
At the Olympics? No.
Nothing.
I feel like I understand like NBA players are great and you have to be like a different level of athlete to be great in the NBA or to even get to the NBA. But when it comes to like these Olympic events, like these are people who specifically train like this certain part of their body or
Mm,
their entire bodies for this one specific motion. And these motions are so much different than basketball. Like,
that's true.
especially you see in like the Winter Olympics, how they do um, like boarding, like snowboarding,
Mm,
stuff like that.
yeah,
Like NBA, that's not something an NBA player trains for. That's not something he's athletically like, all right, like let me go through this as training for the league. Like the training is so much different. So I don't think they could just step off a court and step
it-
into those like Olympic sports and win gold.
it's just
I
too.
do think I do think Pat Spencer, if anybody's going to do it, Pat Spencer could probably do it. He's already gone pro in lacrosse, or not pro, but won a national championship with his college in lacrosse, and that's a much
I
different
didn't know
sport.
that. That's what's up. Didn't know that.
Yep, that was his thing before basketball, and then got a little contract opportunity with the Warriors, and there you go.
There it is. Last question, y'all. And we've seen this a lot out here. Start, bench, and cut. I'm gonna name these three players. Marcus, you starting. Nikola Jokic, Giannis, and Joel Embiid. Start, bench, and cut.
I'm starting Giannis, benching Jokic, and I'm cutting Joel. Joel is he gonna play half
Can we
the
say
games in
healthy
his
Joel?
career.
Hold on, no, wait, let me. Can we say healthy Joel? Just to put a little
Uh,
context on there.
Just all in their
I'm still
primes.
cutting Joel. I'm
Still
still
cutting.
cutting Joel. I feel like out of the three of them, Jokic is just such an I'm keeping Jokic on my bench because he's such an elite offensive engine. Jokic can be your team's offense. Jokic, in like prime Jokic is probably somewhere around 28, 11, and 10, giving you
Mm,
50, 40, 80 splits. Um, Jokic is obviously the best facilitator out of the three of them. But I understand Jokic's consistency as far as his offensive game, and his leadership. Joel, he's prone to disappearing in the
yeah,
playoffs. There are times where Joel has been completely healthy and he's just no showed. I.e., what was that, the 2022 playoffs where he was up 3-2 against the Boston Celtics with Game 6 in his house, and he completely disappeared in Games 6 and 7. Um, so. But and then with Giannis, Giannis to me is who I'm starting because a prime Giannis. I when I look at the 2021 NBA Finals, Giannis is the best defender out of them as far as on ball help and paint.
yeah,
Giannis is also the most athletic. Giannis would be the one of the harder ones to stop just because of his strength and the inability to keep him from the rim. Um, Giannis is also like he's the highest motor out of the three of them.
yeah, for sure.
Uh, and you can see Giannis, it'll translate because I think in that finals, Giannis averaged 33, 12, and 6. And then he goes for 50 and 12 in game 6 to
Mm,
close the Suns out.
mm.
So those are my
I
those are
like
my
that.
three.
I like that. What about you, Drew?
I think uh, I think this might get frowned upon, but just from personal experience and watching all like in their primes at
Hmm.
their best, I'm taking starting Joel Embiid. I'm benching Jokic and I'm cutting Giannis.
Mm.
I think at least his MVP level, Joel Embiid was insane. He's probably the best 1v1 scoring big man of all time. One of the best scoring big men of all time.
Yep.
Um, Great 3-point shooter. And he's just huge. Like just get downhill, body, and knows how to foul bait. He's smart like that. He can get you up in the air. He'll do his little flop or whatever.
Yeah.
But like if you can't stop him down low, he's getting to the line or you know what I mean.
No,
But
I do. No. I'm with
yeah,
you on that.
I think watching out for a time I was really enjoying 76ers basketball a couple of years ago, which is kind of crazy to say as a Boston fan, but yeah, I mean he was just it was crazy to watch. I really enjoyed watching him. He's just such a high volume scorer and even outside of the scoring, still putting up 5, 6 assists a night,
Yep.
couple triple doubles, great rebounder, and really good shot blocker at the time too. It's just, I think his biggest thing has been health. Those knees just have not been good to him, and
Yeah.
yeah. But at his peak, I think Joel Embiid is the best
I,
pound for pound player out of all of them. It's just you get it in very small portions. He
yep.
could have, had that high ceiling. Just
I agree.
didn't happen
I'm
like that.
I'm kind of I think I'm a little bit with you. I'm going starting Joel. I'm benching Giannis and I'm cutting Jokic. And reason why I want to cut Jokic is just because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I really don't like none. Jokic is the best player in the league. We could say that, but I just don't like his game. Like his game just irritates me. He doesn't jump. He just doesn't. There's I don't like his antics. I mean, all this stuff works. I'm not down. I'm talking about just my preference. I don't like his defense. Like so if you want to go prime Joel, I felt like he can't keep up with a
He wasn't
health.
holding Joel.
No, he can't keep up with a healthy
I remember
Joel.
watching those matchups. He'd dominate them every time, every game.
Damn, I'm telling you, man, I agree with that. And just I felt like with Joel's game, being a guy that just played that kind of blossomed into basketball late, had that guy probably had the resources and started as a 12-year-old rather than maybe 18, 17 years old, man, he'd be even better probably. And I say to say that like players that Joel has had on his team from like let's say like a James Harden. When James Harden got over there, like I feel like Joel has a type of skill set and able to like replica, meaning like he was able to add some packages to his game because of like yes, players that come to his team like you're working with like James, show me that step back, or show me how to Kobe, a time when Kobe was alive, there's certain post moves Joel was able to take stuff and implement to his game, whereas made him, like you said, like dude, Joel was bringing the ball from the 3-point line, doing that little shimmy, midi at the jumper, like he was looking like a guard, just as a big, and Will Bang down there with you too, like that's what I liked about him, and he wasn't a slouch on D, and then Giannis is that energy I need off the bench. Just like, hey, I that 6 man energy spark. Giannis, I don't need you shooting. I need you getting dunks, rebounds, blocks, running the floor, being that deer that you are. So that's where I lie at that with that man. So hey,
Here,
go ahead, Marcus.
I was gonna say, here's the logic with that though.
What's that?
All of that about Joel is true, but when I look at playoff risers versus playoff fallers, Jokic and Giannis are playoff risers. Joel is a playoff faller. Hence why Jokic and Giannis have won championships and Joel has never sniffed the finals. Because I can point to every playoff series, like the one in which he gets eliminated, and you will see 2 or 3 inexplicable games from Joel Embiid where it looks like he fell off the face of the earth
Mm-hmm.
and he gets eliminated because of that. I can't say the same thing where it's like, oh, well, Jokic just fell off the face of the earth and I didn't even know he was out there.
No,
You
I
gonna
can't.
know Jokic is out there, especially a prime Jokic. Same with prime Giannis. You couldn't watch that 2021 run and say, oh, I didn't even know Giannis was out there.
Yeah.
I can point to at least 4 or 5 games
Yeah.
in Joel's like 2022 run where I was like, man, I didn't even know he was out there. And Joel was the MVP.
Yeah. And I agree with you. It just sucks for Joel in the realistic world. He wasn't ever healthy. He hasn't been healthy since he got drafted. That's what I think. I mean, he missed that
Yep,
first
that
season,
rookie year.
rookie year, since like he came in just in bad shape in a way. But
And I believe that 2022 season, he had a broken orbital bone in his face.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that dude's always
he's
he's
never been at
always there.
100%, and it
Never.
sucks because
Eh,
he
you
could be
know.
so good, but
He could be
injuries.
great. He could be great, man. That's a fact, fellas. Fellas, that was fun. Definitely, man, with the content, man, we're gonna definitely start adding some more games, some more fun questions in there, man. And if you guys out there watching, man, if you make sure y'all put in the comments, man, who you guys would start bench and cut between Jokic, Joel Embiid, and Giannis. Um, man, Drew, Marcus, want to thank y'all, man, for y'all's time today. All the listeners out there, viewers, subscribers, make sure y'all follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, anywhere you get your podcast from. We are on there. We Were Once Athletes podcast. Again, we appreciate all y'all. Much love to y'all. Marcus, Drew. Till next time, man. Hey, there's some games on today. I see the Celtics play today, Drew. Try to get some, some clips of that. We'll get back to it this week, fellas. Appreciate y'all.
Sir,
Peace.
go like, follow, subscribe, do it all.
Let's do it. Yeah, you got that right. All right, fellas. We'll meet up
All right.
later.